I terminated a $10,000 contract last week because it didn't align. Let's talk about it. Mind you, $10,000 is the most by far that I have ever been offered for a brand deal. And I terminated it on the day that I was supposed to begin posting, which was not ideal. I've never backed out of a contract like this before. When I first got the offer, I really took a second to consider it. It was something that I don't usually talk about on my page, and some people could think it was like not classy. I'll just tell you, it was toys, right? But on second thoughts, I was like, no, I think there's really a message here because women's health is really important. I think that sex is a really untalked about aspect of women's health, particularly in postpartum, particularly when hormones change and it affects your libido and all of these things. I was like, actually, I want to talk about this. The brand assured me that I could use my voice and my discretion with how I presented it on my page. And I was like, okay, dope, let's go for this. Without going into every detail, as the collaboration continued, I was becoming more and more uncomfortable with the vibe of the company, and they were giving me the ick big time. They were rushing me for one. I was supposed to post about this the day after I got home from England and create tons of content, which gives like no time to create authentic content. They sold me on this idea of being collaborative and caring about my voice and my audience, but instead kept coming through with non-negotiables that weren't in the contract and completely changed my ability to share any kind of message. Instead, it became clear that all I wanted was another influencer to just hold their product and sell, sell, sell. And honestly, if it was an ad for like a pencil or a Swiffer, I would be happy to do that because everyone knows, oh cool, a pencil. If I need one, I'll get it. But this was more than that to me. As someone growing up on the outskirts of purity culture, I cared about the way that I presented this because I know that there's an underserved population that I really wanted to speak to and invite into this in a way that felt safe and honest and secure. And ultimately, this company did not make me feel safe and honest and secure. It sat with me so wrong to work with a company presenting pleasure to women that was rushing and pressuring and ultimately saying what I wanted to hear to get what they wanted out of me. Honestly made some really beautiful content for them. I took some gorgeous photos that I wish that I could share. So it came down to the day of posting and they were still rushing and pressuring and controlling to such a degree that I felt so icked out by the concept of the company, I didn't even want to point people in their direction. Thankfully, my management was in complete agreement and they were more than happy to back me up on it. I sent them a long email explaining how I felt, and their director of marketing got back to me with a really thoughtful and kind response also, but I still didn't want to continue the collaboration. So could we have really used $10,000? Yes. Yes, we could. But do I thoroughly believe that when you make business and financial decisions from a place of authenticity and feeling into your womanly intuition, it will pay off in the end 1,000%? Because money math is like girl math. It's very energetic, and I refuse to begin saying yes to things that present as a no in my body because that dissonance will only lead to breakdown.